This is Global Missing Persons Alert, Interpol Yellow Notice Number 21-22733. This is what real-time DARPA satellite cyber terrorism looks like. This is America's extreme fear and paranoia. Okay, these people are not smart enough to defeat me. They're defeated, they're humiliated, and guess what? All of these devices will be charged, and everything on them that CIA, Macomb County Corporate Council, U.S. Department of Defense, Homeland Security, and United States Army Private Corporate Military Contracted, KMG, tried desperately to delete and hide. Well, okay, they can't get past Bill Gates and my friends from BlackRock and Vanguard Group, and everything's getting reposted. Everything they tried to delete and tried to hide is getting reposted. It's getting brought back to the forefront, front and center, top of the page. And all of their hard efforts are going to be in vain, because it's going to be 100 times more humiliating for every single American. So all these devices just kind of operate themselves. That's America's desperation, fear, and paranoia. And see, that's how they block a charge. I'm paying for these phone accounts. This phone I haven't been able to use in about 4 months. This one now, ever since I recorded the appointment with Dr. Sarah Newman over at Total Health Fitness, okay, which they're extremely paranoid of, and they have tried to intimidate and threaten me. That's what they're scared of. They're fucking scared to fucking death. So this phone, this phone is not connected to a service. This is used as an extra recording device when I fill up the space on all these other phones. Okay, and so just to show you, okay, even if you don't have any service, even if you don't have an account and you have no service and you have a dummy phone that's not attached to an actual name or social security number or anything, yes, they operate you through DARPA satellite in real time. And there's a way to fuck these motherfuckers right up their ass. Okay? They attach themselves through your photos in your device. And they can only reach down like as far as the first 2 rows of photos. Typically the photos are in rows of 3. So they can typically reach like the first 2 rows, 6 photos down in the first 6 albums, assuming your albums are in sets of rows of 3. So for the first 4 rows, I keep albums of dummy pictures. I take about 180 dummy pictures of just a blank screenshot, and I keep those, about my first 12 photos, in all first 12 albums. And then every few days, and then what they do is I make these retards, okay, I make them sweat while they sit there hanging on to the edge of their seat in fear of their fucking lives as they watch me destroy their children's lives and their children's future and destroy every family in America over this, okay, which I'm taking on an overkill mission. With everything they tried to hide and delete, I'm going overkill with it. And it's going to be at the expense of every family in America, starting with the families of CIA, Macomb County Corporate Council, Department of Defense, Homeland Security, the FBI, and the United States Army's Private Corporate Military Contracted, KMG Prestige. Okay? I'm going after every family in America with America's war crimes against humanity, with America's crimes of targeted kidnapping, trafficking, murder, and international and domestic terrorism and treason. I'm going after every fucking family in America, and I'm going to destroy every family in America. I'm going to destroy every American child's life, which has already been done. That's a done deal. It's already done, and that's what America's trying to save now. Okay, after they've hid it from their dumbed down American public for what has been the last 6 years. Okay. So, this is all at the expense of America, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good because it's all going back up. While they try to hold me, well, they can't hold me out of these phones because you know what? I'll just go right up the street and I'll get some more. And see, they think, and see, here's what they do. They go up in front of me and they call the people first. Because, you know, all these fucking Babylonian criminals that own these Metro PCS stores and these Boost Mobile stores, okay, they're all contracted. CIA, Macomb County Corporate Council. Metro PCS is Department of Defense, okay? And so I got to call the Metro people first and have my account noted that, yes, I do get two upgrades, and for one for each line, and that they have to unlock a third phone for the other third line. And I have to go in there and I have to tell these fucking vaccine damaged retards of America, these Babylonians, these also known as Chaldeans, Christian Iraqis, who, listen folks, no, they're not Arab, okay? Know the difference. They're Babylonian Jews. They're not Arab, okay? And they hate Arabs and they hate Muslims until they get around Americans, and then they want to pretend they're Arab and play an Arab front. They are not Arab. They're Babylonian Jews. Completely different species, completely different race, completely different people. Okay? No, everybody that comes from what you people wrongly have been taught to call the Middle East, okay, it's not the Middle East. Everything you Americans know is a fucking lie. Okay, you've been brainwashed, you've been cult indoctrinated. It's not the Middle East. There's no such thing as a Middle East. Stop calling it the Middle East, because you sound every bit as retarded as you vaccine damaged retards are. It's the Near East. The Near East. There's no fucking such thing as a Middle East, assholes. You're all running on a mind control program. I have no respect for you or for your fucking ignorance and your desire to remain ignorant, you first world fool. So, this is what we're doing this morning. Okay, and mind you, all this is, I'm not alone. I'm not here alone. I'm here with numerous retards from real-time DARPA right now, and who we talk 24/7. Numerous sides of this war I have started within the United States military, the CIA, and the federal government. Okay, and they're so desperate to get through Bill Gates, BlackRock, and Vanguard Group, who own Facebook and YouTube, to delete shit that they can't delete. Okay, because it's all protected by Israeli Mossad. Okay, in an agenda that's not new, that's been the agenda the whole fucking time, to destroy America. And that's why Donald Trump is doing what Donald Trump is doing to you guys, because Donald Trump is Israeli Mossad for the Israeli agenda. Okay? And that is who trains these dumb Americans for the CIA and all, which all of America's law enforcement training and their training manuals are written by Israeli Mossad. So I don't know what you dumb fucks thought in thinking that you were smarter than me and smarter than the Mossad that owns the fucking site that you're trying to breach to delete and hide evidence. But you didn't get very far. Matter of fact, you weren't able to delete it at all. All you were able to do is hide it. And we've been up all night sitting here in real time resurfacing it, and I got everything collected and saved. I got all the links. I don't have to see them. It doesn't matter that they're hidden on my own YouTube menu and they no longer show as if they don't exist. It doesn't matter if they're hidden on Facebook. Now see here, let me tell you what these dumb Americans tried to do. Any dumb American see Homeland Security governs and operates Facebook. They don't own it. They're allowed to use it. They're contracted to use it as the spy agency that it is. Okay, and any dumb American with a us.gov email address can log into anybody's Facebook account or any social media account with that us.gov, and then they can actually use your Facebook page as you. And they were not able to, and they get in first. See, that's why everything has an app. The apps are backdoor portals to your device. They get in through the app, log into your account with their us.gov email address, and then they start deleting shit, and they found themselves unable to delete anything, so they had to hide them and make them unseen and impossible to find. Okay, however, I am Mossad, and that's who's protecting everything, and that's who's walking me through this, and everything these dumb Americans tried to hide has been brought to the surface. And I'm going to be doing a video demonstration on what I'm talking about with those photos. And and if you're like me, if you're a human trafficked victim of American terrorism, okay, and they're extremely, extremely fucking paranoid of you, okay, you have to do it sometimes 3, 4, 5 times a day, at the very least, a couple to 2 or 3 times a week, okay, and all they can do is sit here and try to, and keep the batteries drained in real time, okay, while we're literally in a secret spy war here. And America's on the losing side. America lost this years ago with every single American child. The fucking expense of this war. Call it collateral damage. It's why your children were born with serial numbers. Okay, because they're corporate bank property. And that's what the serial number on your children's birth certificate means. It means they're corporate collateral for the Bank of England, which is owned by the Vatican, okay? And, well, this has been at the expense of your children who only exist on this earth and live and breathe for the sole purpose of the bank property collateral that they are. Thank you, and have a nice day.